guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to install these 4-point Pro Armour harnesses on your Polaris RZR. Hey guys, I'm back working on the RZR. Today I'm going to be putting the harnesses in. I got the seats already out. To do this, you got to take the shifter tunnel out, unhook your old seat belts, and there's a small sensor that you got to plug into the old wiring. Remove your old ones, and sometimes you got to hook them right over the bar, but my RZR came with the tabs already there to hook right through with a grade 8 bolt. So the harnesses I'm putting on are the Pro Armour 2-inch wide. They're a 4-point harness. They're nice and soft for your shoulders, and then even at your waist. They've got an easy release buckle. Just pull it forward and it hooks right out. Easy. And a piece of leather to protect that from rubbing on you. They're pretty nice. I'm going to put them on and see how it goes. So to get your shifter tunnel out, there's a few push pins you got to take out and a couple Torx head screws that are way forward in the blackness that you probably can't see. And then you got to take your shifter boot and kind of feed it in down, so when you go pull up on it, it'll come out easy. The same goes for the seat belt holes. You got to push those in, and when you pull it up, it'll feed right through. Okay, so I got the shifter tunnel out. You can see it kind of goes right down to your drive shaft and everything. Lots of gunk and dirt down in there that's real hard to get at without taking the whole machine apart. So, once you got the shifter tunnel off, you're going to come in here, and there's 2 bolts for each, or 1 for each seat belt, right at the bottom of this. You're going to take those right out and unplug these blue connectors. You're probably having a hard time seeing these blue connectors that plug into the seat belts. These are to monitor whether or not you're buckled up. The machine typically won't go over 15 miles an hour if you're not buckled in. So you can buy a sensor online that I'll put a link in the description for, that it will eliminate those to where when you're wearing the harnesses, you can still go over 15 miles an hour and you don't need to be buckled into the original seat belt style. So. Okay, you can see I got the 2 seat belts out. Here's the driver's one. It's got the sensor on it. I was under the impression that both had it on, but it's only the driver's one. So the sensor that I have a link for in the description looks just like this, but it just loops the circuit on the seat belt sensor. So when you have a harness instead of a seat belt on, it doesn't limit the vehicle to only 15 miles an hour. So you'll need those. The next thing I'm going to do is take out the original seat belt. There's a bolt up here for it, and then there's a bolt down at the I don't know what you want to call it, the retractor on the seat belt itself. On a 4-seater, you got to take your plastic panel off a little bit, but on my 2-seater, I think I'm going to be able to get my hand and my wrench in there to get that off. Going back to the seat belt controllers, you want to save these 2 bolts because you'll reuse these to put the harnesses on back onto those tabs that are right there. Okay, so old seat belts are out. Got it off the column and everything. Shifter tunnel's out, all that's ready to go. I've got the harnesses dangling by 2 1/2-inch by 1-inch long bolts. Grade 8s with the lock washer and a big nut on the back. I think it's a lot easier if you hang it like that first and then work on everything down there so you're not fighting everything falling on top of itself. So you're going to take and run these loops down to those tabs, run a bolt through it, lock washer, or actually these are the original bolts with the nylon lock nut on them, so that'll be easier. And then as far as the one down in the corner here, it's the same thing. You'll just take it, put it on the inside closer to the seat, run your bolt through it, and that's all it really takes. Okay, so I got all the old seatbelt stuff out. Seatbelt's gone, tunnel's out. The retractor right here is gone, and it's off at the top of the pillar. So what I've got now is the seatbelt sensor I was talking about. It's just a little looped wire that runs this sensor back so you can go more than 15 miles an hour. And you want to put that on right now before you start putting any more of the harness on, because when you got to put the harness on, you got to kind of put the tunnel in and feed your one loop through that tunnel hole. I'll show you here in a second, but first I'm going to put this sensor on here. Okay, so I got the harnesses in. I got to tighten these bolts up. Yep, that's not a big deal. Really nothing to it. You got your bolt down in the corner there where the old seatbelt retractor would go. You got your one where the seatbelt, I don't know what you want to call it, seatbelt holder used to be. You got to feed your strap in through that hole. And once you put the seat back on, there's going to be a little bit of adjusting to do for where you like to sit with these shoulder belts right here. So if your RZR doesn't have these harness attachment points, you'll have to follow the instructions and loop the harness around the bar, which isn't a big deal. But what I've found with a lot of people is when you loop it around the bar, the harnesses tend to slide back and forth and you need something to hold them in place. So there's a seat bezel that you can put through your seat. I don't really like that either because you got to cut a hole in your seat and it's not quite as waterproof anymore. So you can either weld a tab on, or there's some bolt on over the tube type attachment points that you can buy, and those I think would probably be the best bet. Other than that, there's really nothing to it, just some adjustment in your seats once you get them on, and then passenger side the same way. So there's really nothing to these. They're pretty easy to do. It's just you got to have all the right parts, like that little adapter for the seatbelt wiring to work, and then a good set of harnesses like these Pro Armour 4.2 inch harnesses. Really nice. They're foamed at the shoulders, and they're everything you want in a harness at a good price. So check out the link I'll put in the description of those. Check out the link I'll put in the description for that adapter, and there's more videos to come, so stay tuned.